It's up here at the graben on Newport Road in Ventnor. Just having a checking out to see how much it's moved. It really is moving quite a lot of late. Lots of Island Road plastic tyres just dumped. They do this, they cut the plastic tyres and they just leave them lying around. That's these guys, Island Roads. Well done, Island Roads. Oh, confuse the gimbal. Let's bring you back round again, that's better. Get over the road. It's not looking good, is it? Let's go and have a look at the graben over there. It's basically a big stress fracture. The area in front of the stress fracture is moving forward away from this area where we're standing now. So everything ahead of us, south basically and downslope, is sliding forwards, opening up this big, it's not really a sinkhole, it's a long linear sinkhole I suppose. Go down the cut, old chute. Chiff chaff singing ahead of us. This is the most obvious bit of the graben. So as I said, as the area ahead of us on the south side, the down slope side, as that moves forward, which is what it's doing, this area behind opens up and is moving down, and I'm on the stable bit here, the back edge of the graben, if you like, the up slope edge of it. You have this very pronounced cliff. Along either edge, the back edge and the front edge. And then the lower bit where it's gradually moving downwards. Have a quick look at the view just up here. Old chute field, part of the National Trust Ventnor Downs. Excuse my coughing. Had a red kite over this morning, yesterday I mean, so I need to look out for red kites. if you're watching this on the mainland in southern England, you probably see red kites regularly these days. They're still quite scarce on the Isle of Wight, but they have been getting more frequent the last few years, so they're going to properly colonise. Absolutely guaranteed, as they have them across a good part of southern England, kind of central southern England. They're frequent in Dorset now, but don't know about Hampshire. I assume they're, well, I know they're common around fleet services. So whenever I drive up towards Norwich, I go through fleet services and see them there. But yeah, they haven't really crossed the Solent onto the Isle of Wight properly yet, but they will. And then they'll be very common here in probably by 2030. I would have thought they'd be common. It's 2025 now. Still a long way to go in terms of that species recovery. They're going to be, well, probably maybe the most common bird of prey soon. They may even be the most common bird of prey. That was probably buzzards, I guess. Sparrowhawk are not as common. Maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway, because red kites are semi-colonial, they live in thick, dense groups, big populations. I think they're going to become the most common bird of prey in southern England. They're also a bit of a scavenger. So when the farmer ploughs the fields, there's plenty of food because they'll eat the overturned earthworms and beetles and voles and that kind of stuff. But then they'll also go for roadkill on roads and any dead carcass. They're not so much of a hunter, their talons aren't very strong. So they can't really catch things, and well, they can catch a few things, but they don't really use their talons to grab things and carry them off like a sparrowhawk does. Very different feeding behaviour. So when I lived just over there in a proper house, in a normal house, I used to come up here several mornings a week and just sit on this little bench and watch the migrating birds come in, or listen to the bird song, or watch the butterflies, or whatever, depending on the time of year. There's the old Ventnor Haven down there. Just about see it. And the Rex building, where the old Rex cinema used to be. And the Royal Hotel and the terrace next to the Royal Hotel, Riviera Terrace. Let's have a quick look into Kon Bottom. Let's go this way. It's a lovely time of year, early spring. It's kind of the last week of March. Everything's gradually stirring into life again. Blackthorn's beginning to come into flower. Yeah, some goats. That is an undeniably cracking view of Kon Bottom. There's Ventnor down in the valley, or down on the shelf of the undercliff, below the valley of Kon Bottom. Zoom in a little bit more. Green woodpecker calling. Look at that, gorgeous. Still remember the very first time I came through that gate we just come through and saw this view many, many decades ago. Absolutely stunning. I was blown away as a kid, a youngster, by that view, by this view.